Welcome to the NVO's YouTube channel. We're all about sharing actionable insights you can use right away. Things like web design, SEO, paid ads, and AI automation. Our goal is to help you build smarter systems, get better traffic, and really scale your business with confidence.
So today, we're diving into a huge question that's really shaking up the web design world. When it's time to build your next website, should you go with a human designer? Or should you trust one of these powerful new AI tools? As you're about to see, the answer isn't as simple as you might think. I mean, seriously, a professional website in 60 seconds? It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But believe it or not, some of today's AI website builders are making exactly that claim. And that one promise is forcing everyone, from small business owners to huge companies, to rethink everything they thought they knew about building a presence online.
Okay, so to really get to the bottom of this, here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look at how AI is kicking off this revolution. Then we'll stage the main event, a head-to-head comparison. We'll peek behind the curtain to see how this AI magic actually works. Then we'll talk about that unbeatable human touch. After that, I'll give you a practical framework for making the smartest choice for you, and we'll wrap up by looking at the future, which is all about collaboration.
So first things first, this isn't just some small update or a new feature. What we're seeing is a fundamental shift in how websites get built. AI is directly challenging the traditional role of the web designer, and it's all happening incredibly fast. What this really means is that AI is democratizing web design. For years, getting a high-quality custom website meant a pretty significant investment. Well, AI builders are completely changing that equation. They're opening the door for startups and small businesses to get a truly professional-looking site online without that massive upfront cost. All right, let's get to the main event. We're going to put AI and human designers in the ring side by side and compare them on the things that really matter to your business. We're talking speed, cost, customization, and of course, the quality of the final product. So this table gives us a fantastic, at-a-glance look at the matchup. When it comes to speed and cost, man, AI is the undisputed champion. We're talking results in hours for a low monthly fee. But when you look at customization and creating a design that's truly unique, that's where human designers still have a clear, undeniable advantage. Let's dig into those numbers a little more.
Just let that sink in for a second. A 95% time savings. A project that takes a human designer 6 to 12 weeks to complete, from the initial chats and design mockups all the way to development, an AI can often deliver that same day. For a business that just needs to get out there and start testing an idea, that kind of speed is an absolute game changer.
And the cost difference is just as staggering. Over 5 years, an AI-built site might run you about $1,800. A human-designed site, when you factor in the initial build, hosting, and maintenance, it can easily hit $17,000 or even more. That's a 90% savings that you can pour right back into growing your business. But, okay, what about the quality? This is where the trade-offs really become clear. AI delivers consistently good quality. The sites are modern, they work great on mobile, they follow all the best practices. But they can feel a little generic, a little template-y. A great human designer, on the other hand, can deliver exceptional quality. They can weave your brand's story into the design, think strategically, and create something truly one of a kind. So how is any of this even possible? It honestly feels like magic, but it's all driven by a really fascinating new way of thinking about AI. So let's pull back the curtain and see what's really powering these incredible tools. The key idea here is something called agentic AI. Now, don't let the fancy term scare you. The easiest way to think about it is like having a little team of specialized AI robots. You've got one agent who's the planner, another who's the coder, another who's the reviewer, and so on. They all work together, passing tasks back and forth to get a really complex job done, just like a human team would. And this diagram shows that process perfectly. This is a framework called AI for UI. You can see right here how a design file gets handed to a planner agent. That agent then gives tasks to a coder agent, a reviewer agent, and a tester agent. It's this super structured, collaborative workflow, and it's all happening on its own. It's pretty amazing. But for all of AI's technical skill, it's missing something absolutely crucial. So now let's shift gears and talk about the areas where humans are still, for now at least, completely unbeatable. This quote just hits the nail on the head. AI can follow instructions perfectly, but it can't replicate human intuition or that spark of true original creativity. See, AI operates based on patterns it's already seen in tons of data.
It doesn't have that moment of genuine, out-of-the-blue inspiration.
And that's because a great human designer does so much more than just, well, design. They're a strategic partner. They dive deep into your brand's story. They solve complex business problems. They're consultants, not just pixel pushers. And all of that work is what creates a real emotional connection and a unique experience that helps you actually stand out in a super crowded market.
Okay, so we've got two incredibly powerful options, and each one has some very clear strengths. So how in the world do you choose the right one for your business? Let's walk through a really practical framework to help you make that call.
This slide basically makes it simple. Look, you should go with AI if you're on a tight budget, you need to launch yesterday, and your business needs are pretty standard. But if your website is a core competitive advantage, if you need really complex features, or if a unique brand identity is non-negotiable, then investing in a human designer is absolutely the smart move.
And let's be real for a second. Not every business needs a masterpiece. A local plumber just needs a clean, professional site where customers can find their phone number and see their services. They don't need some cutting-edge, award-winning digital experience. The best choice is always, always about the specific goals of your business.
But what if you could get the best of both worlds? Well, this hybrid strategy is incredibly powerful, especially for growing businesses. Here's how it works. You start with an AI-built site to get to market super fast and test your idea. Once you've got some revenue coming in and real feedback from users, then you can invest that money wisely in a custom, human-designed site that's built to solve the exact problems you now know you have. So, where is all this heading? What does the future look like? Well, it's not really about AI replacing humans. The most successful projects are going to be the ones that leverage both. The future is all about collaboration, not competition.
I love this quote from Sonar's State of Code report because it's so critical. AI is an amplifier. That's all it is. It makes good processes faster, and it makes bad, chaotic processes even more chaotic. You see, generating code faster is only half the battle. The other, arguably more important half, is making sure that code is reliable, secure, and high quality. And that brings us to the single most important takeaway from all of this. The winning strategy moving forward is vibe, then verify. Use AI for what it's amazing at. Brainstorming, rapid creation, getting those initial ideas down, that's the vibe part. But you must always follow that up with a solid verification step. That could be a human expert reviewing the work or an automated tool that checks for quality and security. Vibe, then verify. Ultimately, AI isn't really a replacement for designers. It's a new, incredibly powerful tool in their toolkit. Think of it as a creative partner that can handle all the boring, routine tasks, which frees up humans to focus on the big picture, the strategy, the creativity, and the complex problems that truly matter. So the question is no longer if you'll use AI, but how will you build with it?